Hello, friends of O Universe. I wanted to share a story with you today. I've always had a fascination to learn where my husband grew up, especially when we first met, because one of the best pieces of advice I've ever received is to know whether someone is a good match for you, is to know their family and where they grew up. Earlier in our dating days, I kept feeling this nudge to ask him to visit the home and town where he grew up. Even though at the time we visited France every year, he just wasn't really interested. The answer was always, I don't even know who lives in my old house. No, we don't have time to go there. That was always the response. But fast forward to 2016, 6 years later, I imagined that we would get a place in France for family visits. It was a dream to own a pied-a-terre in Paris. So I did what anyone would do. I made a vision board and hung it in my home office. It was my very first one from an intuitive hit I received. 3 years later, in August of 2019, while I was working for a pharma company and launching a company-sponsored educational program for healthcare providers in Seattle, I received an email from my husband with the subject line, Memories, Memories. It was a message that he forwarded from his sister who lived in Paris. Now let me share a little backstory. During the month of August, everyone in France goes on vacation, and so did my sister-in-law and her family. They happened to be vacationing in the town near where she and my husband grew up. While my brother-in-law caught a taxi ride to the car rental shop, the cab driver starts chit-chatting with him. You know, the friendly small talk you do in a cab ride. So what brings you to Compiègne? Asks the cab driver. My brother-in-law responds with, my wife grew up here. The cab driver asks her name and recognizes it when he hears it. Does she happen to have a brother named Mathieu? He asks. I played soccer with him when we were just 12 years old. It turns out the cab driver was my husband's childhood soccer teammate. Amazing, amazing. Here's the magical part. The cab driver happened to be the personal driver of the current owner of his childhood home. Let's call her Madame. She purchased my husband's childhood home 29 years prior. The cab driver had a message he didn't even know he was delivering on her behalf. He said, did you know that the Max Minier estate is for sale? What's really amazing about this story is that Madame made a promise to my sister-in-law 29 years prior that if she ever sold the property, she would offer her first right of refusal to purchase the home back. She knew how heartbroken my sister-in-law was when the family home was being sold in 1990. In 2019, the Madame decided to sell the property and was desperately looking for my sister-in-law's contact information without success. She had the home on the market for 2 months before the message was delivered to our family by the cab driver. The email titled Memories, Memories that I received was a Century 21 real estate listing for their childhood home in a small village called Vandelicourt in the French countryside, just 44 miles north of Charles de Gaulle Airport. My husband's childhood home that I've always wanted to visit was now for sale. Unbelievable. The message is loud and clear. What is meant for you will always find you. Exactly 30 years from the date the home was sold to the Madame, my husband and I purchased his childhood home back in the middle of the pandemic. I'm excited to share that O Universe will be hosting its first retreat at this property called Go Slow to Go Faster in the French countryside, taking place on September 14th to the 19th. During this retreat, I will be teaching concepts for my Career and Life Decisions Made Easier course and Authentically Empowered Leadership program. There are currently 6 spots remaining, and the early bird offer ends on July 6th. The retreat is 5 nights and 6 days and includes all accommodations, meals, workshops and activities, and ground transportation. You can go to my website at o-universe.com/retreat-details to learn more about the retreat and see some pictures. So who is this retreat for? The retreat is for professionals interested in escaping from the daily grind to the French countryside, to slow down, to learn how to hear and follow your intuitive inner authentic voice, to make powerful and wise business and personal decisions. You may be a corporate professional figuring out how to be a leader in your organization to hit business goals, a corporate leader trying to build a new business strategy perhaps, and or team to drive results, and you need innovative solutions, or you might be a business owner figuring out the best strategy to run a profitable business. Maybe you're seeking direction and guidance for your successful career path, or looking for your side hustle perhaps. Are you someone who already leverages their gut instincts but is curious on how to use it with purposeful intent to reach successful outcomes reliably beyond your own imagination? Well, what are the benefits of attending the retreat? When you follow your intuitive inner authentic voice, you make confident decisions with reassurance that the best outcome is on its way. You move from indecisiveness, worry, concern to confident, reassured, and successful decisions. The retreat is an opportunity to explore your current challenges and goals in a different environment with protected time. The French culture of slowing down is the optimal environment to tap into your inner knowing. You'll no longer need to ask all your friends and colleagues on what you should do next or how to handle a challenge. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed in your life without complaining there's too much to do. You'll go from feeling lost to having direction. You'll be the brilliant colleague with high-performing ideas without faking it. You'll feel genuinely good about your job without lying to yourself. You'll be so efficient with your ideas. You'll finish your work during the day, get your evenings and weekends back without sacrificing your hard-working reputation. The early bird registration offer ends on July 6th. On July 6th, the retreat price increases. So grab your spot by going to o-universe.com/retreat-details. There are only 6 spots remaining. So until next time, love and light to you all.